Hi guys, I'm so sheep drunk today. I cannot say a word. Do you know what is sheep drunk? We all know what it means to be drunk. But do we know what it means to be sheep drunk? Or lion drunk? Or for that matter, ape drunk? Well, if you want to find out the meanings of all these drunk people, then keep watching this lesson with me today, where today you are learning 8 different kind of drunkards. Drunkards are the people who drink and then go really high and behave strangely. How do you behave when you are drunk? Do you go quiet? Or do you start crying? Or suddenly you start leaping around and jumping around? Well, whatever be your type, in this lesson today, you are going to find out what kind of a drunkard are you and what kind of drunkard are the people around you. So keep watching this complete lesson with me. My name is Michelle and you're watching me at Let's Talk. So keep watching and let's go. So guys, as I told you, we are going to talk about 8 kinds of drunkards. So first of all, drunkards are the people who get drunk and behave strangely. So you call them drunkards. Now obviously after drinking, we all behave in different ways. Some people go really nice, some people go very flirty, to be careful of them. So let's find out what are the meanings of these words and who do they refer to. So the first kind of drunkard is an ape drunk, okay? An ape drunk. So who is an ape? Do you know the meaning of ape? Ape refers to a monkey. Now take this down. This is monkey drunk. Now who is a monkey drunk person? Think of how a monkey behaves. He goes about jumping and leaping and hopping from one tree to the other. The same way a monkey drunk person or an ape drunk person seems to be very excited after getting drunk, and they go on hopping and jumping and get so excited. So an ape drunk is a person who gets very excited after drinking. Very excited after drinking. Do you know where this term comes from? Well, there is an English idiom which is to go ape. So to go ape means to get very excited. The same way we have ape drunk, which means a very excited drunk person. And if you want to use it in a sentence, you could say, I really get irritated of your ape drunk behavior. Stop jumping around. So this is how you can use ape drunk. Alright, now let's find out the next interesting phrase that we have with us. A lion drunk person is a person who gets very angry. Of course. How does a lion behave? A lion is angry, okay, he's cruel, he hurts people. Some people love lions and I also love watching them on the TV. But I'm very scared of a lion in real life because if I'm in front of him, he's gonna eat me up. And that's what a lion drunk person is going to do to you. If you meet a lion drunk person, he is definitely going to bash you, thrash you, or fight with you for no reason. Does this happen to you that after drinking you suddenly become very angry? Then you have the tendency to be a lion drunk person. So a lion drunk person is a person who gets very angry after drinking. Who gets very angry after drinking. Alright, so this is a lion drunk person, and usually people who get very angry after drinking know this, that they should not drink too much. So in a sentence, a person could say, hey, I think I'm not gonna drink tonight because I get lion drunk, which means I become very angry after drinking. Now with this, let's move at the next phrase. And this is swine drunk. Hey, you swine. What does this mean? This means, hey, you pig. So swine means pig, okay? So how does a pig behave? So a pig is very sleepy all the time, very lazy and heavy and lumpish. This means that they don't want to move around. So does this happen to you that when you are drunk, you just don't want to move around and want to stay in one place? Well, if that happens to you, then you get swine drunk. And if there's anyone around you who does not want to say a word and does not even want to move, then they get swine drunk. So, a person who becomes lazy after drinking or very sleepy. So this is a swine drunk person. And to use it in a sentence, you could say that, well, she gets swine drunk every time she drinks. And last night, she was so drunk that she couldn't even move around. I had to take her home. So this means she got so lazy that she was simply sitting there asking for more drinks and she didn't want to move at all. Okay, so this is swine drunk for you, and now we look at the next one. Sheep drunk. Okay, well, sheeps are thought to be very decent animals. Then why do we have them in the list of drunkards? Well, there's a reason for that. So let me tell you something special about sheep. So a herd of sheep is very difficult to manage. Well, that's because sheep are always so quiet and you don't know when they are going from one place to the other. So if you're going with a herd of sheep and one of them leaves, you'll not even know because they're so quiet. So the quality of a sheep is that they are very quiet. Don't worry, I'm coming to the meaning. So can you read this for me? Quiet drunk. So quiet drunk is a person who becomes really mum after drinking, as in they wouldn't just talk. Well, all kinds of behavior happen after drinking, so this is no surprise. So a sheep drunk person is a person who gets very quiet after drinking. So let's say that your girlfriend gets very quiet after drinking, and every time you go for a date, she loves drinking, so she has a peg or two. And then she becomes sheepish, which means she doesn't talk. So you could say for her, your sheep drunk behavior spoils our date every time, which means she just does not want to talk to you at the date after she gets drunk. Well, that's very sad, but that cannot stop us from learning more words. Let's look at the next one, maudlin drunk. All right. So maudlin drunk is a very special kind of drunk. Here we are talking. Okay, wait, let me show you how a maudlin drunk person behaves. Baby, I will never leave you. Please never leave me. You're the best thing in my life. Well, they get so emotional after drinking that it's hard to control them and they start behaving strange. So when a person is so emotional after drinking, they are called maudlin drunk, okay? A person who gets emotional after drinking. Do you know, I know a couple and these two guys, both of them, the girl and the guy, they get maudlin drunk. So every time they get drunk, they cry their hearts out. And they usually tell people, oh, we guys get maudlin drunk and we cry our hearts out. So this means they get emotional and they cry after drinking. So now let's look at another common behavior after drinking, and this is Martin drunk. Well, do you know who's Martin? Okay, you don't know. Do you know who is a Martin drunk person? No, you don't know? Well, Martin is a guy who thinks he's always right. That's what a Martin drunk person thinks. They think they are always right. Which means that, have you met any person who drinks and then goes like, hey, I'm fine, I can talk, I can walk, and then they trip? Well, that is a Martin drunk person who thinks they are sober in the head, as in they think they're not drunk, when they are so drunk that they can't even walk. I'm sure you would have met some of these kind of people. So a Martin drunk is a person who thinks they are not drunk. So, if you want to call a person Martin drunk, what would you say? Now, there is a person in a group who goes like, hey, I don't mind, I can have 2 more pegs, I'm absolutely fine. And people will be like, you're already Martin drunk. Which means he's already high and he's thinking that he's not. So don't trust Martin drunk people. They always show like they are not drunk, but they are very, very. Okay, now with this we look at the next one, and this is go drunk. Who is a go drunk person? So what is the quality of a goat? Well, okay, so let me be very clear. Goat is known for being lustful or horny. So have you seen a person in a party who starts hitting on almost every other woman after he goes high? Well, I'm sure you would have seen some people like this. So people who get very lustful after drinking are called goat drunk, all right? People who get lustful after drinking. So obviously, you would not like to say this to anyone on their face that you're goat drunk, but if you see a person who is hating on everyone else, you could talk about them to someone else and say that, hey, that dude is goat drunk. He's hitting on almost everyone in the party. All right. Now with this, we come to the last kind of behavior that is possible after drinking. And this one is to behave like a fox. Okay. So this is so strange. What does a fox behave like? Well, have you heard that English idiom, simile, as sly as a fox? So sly means clever. So when some person becomes suddenly very clever after drinking, they are fox drunk. They become very sly or clever. I'll come to the meaning and give you an example. Don't worry. Sly or clever after drinking. Right, so I will tell you how a person becomes fox drunk. So I have this friend, okay, who would never bargain. I mean, that's not something he does. But when we go out to the restaurant and we drink, I don't know what happens to him. And when he sees the check and sees the bill, he suddenly goes like, we didn't order these many. Come on, you have no discount. And he suddenly starts acting so crafty and clever, and he starts bargaining. For a change, and I tell him, fox drunk, are you? You're suddenly behaving so clever and so foxy, so sly. So here we are, guys, where you have seen different ways of being drunk, and you have seen how strangely or how bizarre can people behave after getting drunk. So if you have any of these types, then do write me in the comments, because I would love to know what kind of a drunkard are you. Well, as for me, I think I am more of a swine drunk person who feels very sleepy after drinking, and like a decent girl, I just go to my bed and sleep off. Well, you can believe me on that. So do leave me in the comments what kind of a drunkard are you, and I'll see you guys very soon with another lesson. Till then, you take care. Bye-bye.